If you're over 60, chances are honey has been part of your kitchen for as long as you can remember. Maybe it sits on your breakfast table beside the bread and butter, or maybe you stir a spoonful into your tea or warm milk before bed. It feels simple, pure, and safe, a golden drop of sweetness that seems to heal everything. For many seniors, honey isn't just a food, it's a comfort ritual. Something that replaces sugar, something natural, something you've always believed was better for your health. You've probably heard it's antibacterial, helps with coughs, soothes the throat, and even strengthens the immune system. So why would anyone question something as natural and time-tested as honey? But what if I told you that even this golden nectar, when mixed with the wrong foods, could do the opposite of what you expect? That this simple, innocent morning habit could actually stress your digestive system, block nutrient absorption, or even turn slightly toxic when combined with certain common foods you eat every day. It sounds strange, even unbelievable, but many seniors are unknowingly making these exact mistakes. And it's not because honey suddenly became bad, it's because your body changes with age. The way your liver filters, the way your gut enzymes break things down, the way your metabolism responds, all of that shifts after 60. Foods that used to blend beautifully in your system may now react differently. And honey, as natural as it is still a powerful, chemically active food that interacts with other ingredients in surprising ways. This doesn't mean you should be afraid of honey. Far from it. Honey remains one of nature's most beneficial gifts. It contains trace enzymes, antioxidants, and antimicrobial properties that can truly support senior health when used the right way. The problem begins when honey is combined with foods that change its chemical nature or interfere with its absorption. Many of these combinations are so common that people don't even think twice before eating them. You might be doing it every single morning, adding honey to something you believe is healthy, when in fact, that pairing is quietly making digestion harder, raising internal heat, or causing inflammation that shows up later as fatigue, joint stiffness, or poor sleep. This is especially important for those over 60, because your digestive fire, what Ayurveda calls Agni, naturally becomes weaker. Your enzymes become less active, and your body processes sugars and fats more slowly. So when a strong natural food like honey is mixed with an incompatible partner, it becomes harder for your body to process it smoothly. That's when the same honey that once gave you energy might now cause heaviness, bloating, or even subtle toxicity known in traditional medicine as AMA, undigested residue that accumulates in the body. Modern science supports this idea too, showing that certain proteins, acids, or heat levels can alter honey's beneficial compounds, changing how your body reacts to it. You see, the truth is, it's not the honey itself that's the problem. It's how we mix it. And the foods you combine it with matter far more than most people realize. For instance, something as innocent as warm milk with honey, a combination many seniors love, can sometimes trigger mild mucus buildup or digestive discomfort, depending on your body type and enzyme function. Or mixing honey with hot foods can denature its enzymes and even produce small traces of compounds that are difficult for your liver to process. None of this is obvious. You don't feel the reaction instantly. It builds over time, as tiredness, slower digestion, or even dull skin. And because honey feels so wholesome, most people never suspect it's the reason behind these subtle changes. Now, I know what you might be thinking, I've been eating honey like this for decades, and I feel fine. And you might be right. But our bodies are constantly changing, especially past 60. What once worked effortlessly now needs a bit more awareness. Just like how you might reduce your salt intake, choose lighter meals at night, or drink more water during the day, the same gentle awareness can turn honey from an occasional comfort into a genuine health booster again. The goal isn't to stop eating honey, it's to eat it wisely. To understand which foods bring out its healing potential and which quietly reduce its power. So don't worry, this isn't one of those videos telling you to give up honey or switch to some complicated diet. This is about balance, clarity, and small adjustments that make a real difference. Because when honey is used the right way, it can boost your energy, soothe your joints, improve digestion, and even help maintain blood sugar balance. But when used the wrong way, especially when paired with foods that clash with its natural chemistry, it can do just the opposite. In today's video, we'll uncover both sides of the story. You'll discover the 3 most common food combinations you should never mix with honey, the ones that most seniors are unknowingly doing every week. And you'll also learn about 3 powerful, healing combinations that can bring honey's full potential back to life. Combinations that strengthen your immunity, improve digestion, and even support heart health after 60. We'll also share simple, practical tips on when and how to eat honey so it truly works for you, not against you. By the end of this video, you'll understand honey in a completely new light. You'll know how to keep enjoying it safely and deliciously every day, without worry, without confusion, and with the confidence that you're helping your body, not hurting it. So before you drizzle honey on your toast or stir it into your morning cup, take a moment to learn which foods make that golden sweetness a healing medicine, and which ones quietly turn it into trouble. Because once you know the difference, you'll never look at your honey jar the same way again. Number 3. Honey plus hot milk. Let's start with a combination that almost every senior believes is wholesome: the warm glass of milk with a spoonful of honey stirred in before bed. It feels gentle, calming, and even medicinal. For many people, this is the last comforting sip of the night, something that brings back childhood memories of peace, warmth, and deep sleep. For decades, parents and grandparents have sworn by it. And even today, many seniors make this their nightly ritual, believing it helps them sleep better and keeps the body nourished. It's smooth, it's sweet, and it feels perfectly harmless. But the truth is, this familiar comfort drink hides a silent problem that very few people know about. When you pour that spoonful of honey into hot milk, thinking it will melt beautifully, something important happens, and not in a good way. Honey is full of delicate enzymes, antioxidants, and beneficial compounds that are extremely sensitive to heat. The moment honey comes into contact with high temperatures, especially above 40 degrees Celsius, about 104 degrees Fahrenheit, those natural enzymes begin to break down. The very nutrients that make honey healthy start to vanish. But even worse, heat triggers the formation of a compound called hydroxymethylferol, or HMF. This compound is created when sugars in honey are heated or caramelized, and while small amounts might seem harmless, repeated exposure to HMF over time can irritate the gut and put extra strain on your liver, the organ responsible for filtering and detoxifying your blood. For younger people with strong metabolism and active detox pathways, this might go unnoticed. But once you cross 60, your liver becomes more sensitive to chemical stress. Your enzyme systems slow down, and your ability to clear certain byproducts from the bloodstream decreases. That means even small irritants like HMF can start building up in your system, making you feel heavier, more bloated, or even tired after your healthy night drink. You may not feel sick, but your digestion gradually becomes less efficient, your gut feels sluggish, and you wake up in the morning with a dull, heavy sensation, the exact opposite of what you expected from a soothing honey drink. In Ayurvedic medicine, this combination has been cautioned against for centuries. Ancient texts describe honey as amida, or heating in nature, and milk as cooling. When combined in the wrong way, especially when heat is involved, these opposing qualities confuse your body's natural balance. Instead of promoting harmony, they create what traditional practitioners call AMA, undigested residue or mild internal toxins that circulate in the system. Over time, this leads to subtle issues like indigestion, sluggish metabolism, or even stiffness in the joints. And interestingly, modern science echoes this wisdom. Multiple studies on honey quality and processing warn that excessive heating leads to the formation of HMF and degradation of honey's antioxidant activity. In other words, what was meant to heal now burdens your body. The irony is, most seniors who drink honey with milk do it out of care for their health. They believe it helps them sleep, soothe the stomach, and strengthen the body. But what's really happening is that the combination is too heavy for an aging digestive system to process efficiently. Milk on its own already contains fats and proteins that take time to break down. When you add honey, a concentrated source of fructose and glucose, into the mix while it's hot, it becomes a complex load that your weakened enzymes must handle at night, when metabolism naturally slows down. Instead of relaxing your body, it can trigger mild internal congestion. That's why some seniors notice bloating, burping, or a foggy feeling in the morning but never connect it to their nightly honey milk. Take the example of Margaret, a 71-year-old retired teacher. Every night, she would heat up a glass of milk, stir in a spoon of honey, and sip it just before bed. It was her ritual for decades, something she learned from her mother. But over the years, she began feeling constantly bloated. Her stomach felt heavy in the mornings, and she sometimes woke up with mild nausea. Her doctor said her liver enzymes were slightly elevated, but there was no clear reason why. Then, after watching a nutrition talk, she learned about the honey and heat connection. She tried one simple change: letting her milk cool down to a warm, drinkable temperature before adding the honey. Within a week, she noticed a difference. Her bloating reduced, her sleep improved, and she woke up feeling lighter. Nothing else in her diet had changed, just that one small temperature adjustment. This simple example shows how powerful small changes can be, especially after 60. Your body doesn't need more sugar, more sweetness, or more richness. It needs gentleness and balance. So if you love your honey and milk, don't give it up. Just adjust the timing. Heat your milk, let it cool for 10 minutes until it's pleasantly warm but not steaming, and only then stir in your honey. You'll still get the soothing taste and calmness, but without creating those hidden toxins. Or, if you want to make it even better for your digestion, skip the milk altogether and mix honey with lukewarm water and a pinch of cinnamon or turmeric. Drink that instead before bed. It supports the liver, helps cleanse the gut, and still gives you that sense of comfort. You can also enjoy honey earlier in the day with herbal teas like chamomile or ginger, which balance its natural warmth. So, remember, it's not about giving up your favorite rituals. It's about making them work for your body as it is today, not how it was 30 years ago. Honey and milk aren't enemies, but heat turns their friendship sour. Treat honey gently, and it will treat you gently in return. Number 2. Honey plus radish. Now here's a combination that catches almost everyone off guard: honey with radish. At first glance, it seems completely harmless, even refreshing. Radish is crisp, earthy, and often praised for cleansing the liver and aiding digestion. Honey, golden and soothing, feels like the perfect ingredient to balance its sharpness. Some people even drizzle a little honey over grated radish or mix it into a salad dressing for sweetness. It seems innocent, light, and natural. But this is one of those food pairings that quietly works against your body, especially as you grow older. Here's why. Radish belongs to a group of root vegetables that contain sulfur compounds, the very ones responsible for its pungent smell and peppery taste. When honey, which is rich in natural enzymes and sugars, comes into contact with these compounds, a slow chemical interaction begins. Inside your body, this can lead to mild fermentation or gas formation, particularly in the digestive tract. The result? Bloating, burping, or that uncomfortable fullness in the upper abdomen that doesn't go away easily. It's not an immediate poison, but it acts like a subtle irritant that keeps your gut in a constant state of imbalance. Traditional medicine systems, including Ayurveda and ancient Unani texts, have long warned against this pairing. They describe it as virodahar, meaning foods that are opposite in nature and difficult to digest when consumed together. Honey is heating, dense, and slightly acidic, while radish is cooling, rough, and loaded with volatile oils. When combined, their opposing natures confuse your digestive fire. Instead of digesting properly, the food begins to ferment, creating excess gas and subtle toxicity. For a younger person with strong metabolism, this might just cause temporary discomfort. But after 60, when the digestive enzymes are weaker and the liver's detox capacity slows down, this combination can quietly trigger persistent issues like acid reflux, bloating, or even skin irritation. You see, the liver plays a central role here. Both honey and radish influence liver function. Honey supports energy metabolism through glucose regulation, while radish acts as a detoxifying agent. But when taken together, they can send mixed signals to the liver. It's like pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. The liver, instead of processing nutrients efficiently, struggles to neutralize the reaction, producing mild internal heat and inflammatory responses. Seniors with fatty liver, sluggish digestion, or sensitivity to raw vegetables are particularly vulnerable. That's why many people report odd symptoms after eating radish with honey, not severe, but nagging. Aging only amplifies this. After 60, the stomach lining becomes thinner, and bile secretion reduces. That means your ability to handle strong sulfuric compounds, like those found in radish, is weaker. Add honey to the mix, and the sugars ferment faster, producing small amounts of gas and acids that irritate both the stomach and the throat. Some people even experience itching or mild rashes after such meals because of the body's attempt to eliminate these irritants through the skin. It's your system saying, "I can't process this together anymore." Let's take a real example. Emma, a 66-year-old retired teacher, loved her radish salad. She'd make it every afternoon: finely grated radish, a bit of lemon, and a drizzle of honey for taste. It felt light, refreshing, and healthy. But over time, she started noticing subtle discomfort after eating. She'd burp frequently, feel a burning sensation near her chest, and her stomach would swell slightly after meals. She blamed age, thinking, maybe I just can't digest raw foods like before. But when she learned about the honey-radish conflict and stopped combining them, something surprising happened. Within just a few days, her bloating eased, her burping disappeared, and she felt lighter after meals. Her digestion, which had felt off for months, became calm again. Nothing else changed, only that one mix was removed. This story shows how easily we can overlook the simple science of food interactions. Radish and honey may each be beneficial individually, but their chemical nature clashes inside the body. Radish's sulfur oils and honey's natural sugars react in a way that's hard for the digestive system to neutralize. This combination doesn't just affect the gut, it can even influence the respiratory system. Many seniors report throat irritation or mild coughing after consuming radish with honey, especially when taken raw. The reason? The same fermenting reaction can release small traces of volatile gases that irritate the throat and mucous membranes. Over time, this can make your chest feel tight or congested, symptoms easily mistaken for seasonal issues. So, what's the safer way to enjoy both? Keep them apart. Give your body at least a 2-hour gap between eating radish and taking honey. If you enjoy radish in your meals, let that be your midday dish, and take honey later, perhaps in the evening with warm water or herbal tea. The key is timing. When your digestive system gets enough space, it can process each food properly without confusion. Never mix them directly in salads, juices, or dressings. If you want sweetness in your radish-based dishes, use alternatives like a bit of apple, carrot, or a touch of jaggery. These blend more harmoniously with radish's compounds. Honey, by itself, remains one of nature's finest healers. It soothes inflammation, nourishes good gut bacteria, and offers gentle energy without straining insulin levels. It just needs space, space to act, space to digest, space to heal. When combined wisely, honey becomes your ally. But when forced into conflicting pairings, it quietly turns from medicine into mild irritation. And after 60, even mild irritations add up. Your goal should be simplicity, not too many mixtures, not too many reactions. Let every food do its job fully before the next one comes in. So, remember, honey isn't the villain here. It's your golden friend, as long as you let it work on its own. Respect its timing and its nature, and it will continue to protect you, not harm you. Number 1. Honey plus ghee, clarified butter. For generations, in many traditional homes, the combination of honey and ghee has been treated almost like a royal tonic. You might remember seeing it, that smooth, golden mix sitting on the table, sometimes spread on toast, sometimes eaten by the spoonful for energy and strength. It was seen as luxurious, nourishing, and even sacred in some cultures. In Ayurveda, both honey and ghee are considered powerful foods on their own. Honey is known as the nectar of life, and ghee is regarded as one of the purest forms of healthy fat. So, it seems logical that mixing two golden healing foods would double the benefits, right? But this is one of those rare cases where two good things together don't create something better, they create something harmful. Modern science and Ayurveda both agree that mixing honey and ghee, especially in equal proportions, creates a reaction inside the body that's far from healthy. On a biological level, honey is a natural sugar with heating properties, meaning it increases metabolic activity and body temperature. Ghee, on the other hand, is cooling, rich, and heavy. When these two are blended together, their energies clash. Imagine mixing fire and water. They don't balance, they struggle. Inside your body, that struggle shows up as digestive confusion. Your system doesn't know whether to speed up or slow down, so your digestive fire, or what Ayurveda calls Agni, becomes unstable. In simple terms, your gut starts producing something like metabolic waste, the same ama that Ayurvedic practitioners describe as a sticky residue that coats your intestinal walls and blocks nutrient absorption. This isn't just philosophy, it's a real, observable pattern. People who regularly consume honey and ghee together often report feeling bloated, tired after eating, or heavy in the stomach. And if you're over 60, these effects are magnified. That's because as you age, your liver and pancreas, the two organs most responsible for processing fats and sugars, slow down naturally. So when you combine a sugar-heavy food like honey with a fat-rich food like ghee, your body struggles to process both efficiently. Instead of becoming instant energy, it often turns into stored fat or internal residue that burdens your metabolism and circulation. There's even evidence from traditional research to support this. The Journal of Research in Ayurveda and Siddha published a review highlighting that when honey and ghee are consumed in equal parts, they can increase the formation of ama, the very toxic substance that blocks nutrient absorption and creates internal sluggishness. This finding mirrors what many Ayurvedic texts have warned about for centuries, that the equal mixing of these two causes a poison-like effect in the body. It doesn't cause immediate sickness, but it slowly dulls the system from within. This is particularly dangerous for seniors because your detox organs, especially the liver, already have a reduced capacity for breaking down fats. The honey-ghee mix, when digested, creates a complex load that your liver must handle. Over time, it can lead to symptoms that most people dismiss as just aging: acid reflux, mild constipation, or that post-meal heaviness that lingers for hours. In some cases, it can also influence lipid balance, potentially raising cholesterol or triglyceride levels, especially if consumed daily. Let's look at a simple, real-life example. Harold, a 68-year-old retired engineer, swore by his morning toast with a spread made from equal parts honey and ghee. He'd mix it every few days, 1 spoon of honey, 1 spoon of ghee, believing it was his natural multivitamin. For a while, it seemed fine. But over the months, he began feeling heavier after breakfast. He'd burp frequently, sometimes feel acidic after meals, and noticed his digestion slowing down. When he went for a routine checkup, his cholesterol had crept higher, and his liver enzymes were slightly elevated. His doctor couldn't pinpoint why. Harold didn't drink, didn't smoke, and ate mostly home-cooked food. It wasn't until he read about the honey-ghee combination that he realized what was happening. He stopped mixing them and began using ghee separately for cooking while drizzling honey over cooled oats or warm herbal tea instead. Within a few weeks, his heaviness disappeared, his digestion became smoother, and his energy felt lighter. Stories like Harold's are more common than you'd think. Many seniors unknowingly make the same mistake, not because they're careless, but because this combination has been passed down as healthy for generations. The truth is, both honey and ghee are powerful in their own ways. Ghee nourishes the tissues, supports brain health, and helps absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Honey supports immunity, balances gut bacteria, and gives a quick natural energy lift. But they should never be taken together in equal amounts. Their natural properties simply don't align. If you love both, the fix is simple: use them separately. Use ghee for cooking, for drizzling over vegetables, or to toast your bread. Then, if you want sweetness, add honey after the food cools down slightly. Don't mix them in the same spoon or spread them together. Even a few minutes of cooling makes a big difference in how your body processes each one. And if you're using honey for energy, take it first thing in the morning with a little warm, not hot, water and lemon. It will help clear your system and support your metabolism. This small separation helps your digestive system work more efficiently. It allows each ingredient to do its job without confusion: ghee to nourish and lubricate, honey to cleanse and energize. You'll notice the difference quickly: less bloating, better bowel movements, and a lighter feeling after meals. At the heart of this advice is one simple principle: just because two foods are natural and healthy doesn't mean they belong together. After 60, your body demands harmony, not complexity. What it needs is easier digestion, not fancy combinations. Keeping your internal system clean and light is far more powerful than any traditional tonic. So, enjoy your ghee. Enjoy your honey. But let them serve you separately, not as rivals in the same mix. Because when you respect their nature, they reward you with true strength and balance. Now that we've uncovered all three combinations to avoid: honey with hot milk, honey with ghee, and honey with radish, it's time to move toward the brighter side. Because when paired correctly, honey can do wonders for your body after 60, soothing digestion, boosting immunity, and bringing back gentle, steady energy. Let's explore the combinations that turn honey into your body's natural healer once again. Number 3. Honey plus cinnamon. Let's start this powerful section with a combination that's been cherished across cultures and generations: honey and cinnamon. Together, they're often called the golden healer, and unlike the dangerous pairings we just explored, this one deserves a place in your daily routine. It's comforting, aromatic, and deeply rejuvenating, especially for those over 60 who want to keep their energy steady, their joints flexible, and their hearts strong. Most seniors already know the individual benefits of these two: honey for energy and immunity, cinnamon for blood sugar balance and warmth. But when they come together, something almost synergistic happens. The sweetness of honey amplifies cinnamon's mild bitterness, creating a balanced flavor that feels grounding and restorative. Yet the real magic lies not in the taste, but in how the two interact inside your body. Cinnamon contains active compounds like cinnamaldehyde and polyphenol, which act as powerful antioxidants. Honey, on the other hand, carries enzymes and trace minerals that improve metabolism and support healing. When combined, honey helps deliver cinnamon's compounds deeper into tissues, enhancing circulation and reducing oxidative stress. It's like giving your body a double-layered defense shield, one that repairs while it energizes. Now, let's simplify the science a bit. After 60, the body's insulin response tends to slow down, which means that sugar from food can linger longer in the bloodstream, raising the risk of fatigue, inflammation, and even cognitive fog. But cinnamon improves how your cells respond to insulin, helping glucose move more efficiently into your muscles for energy. Honey, unlike refined sugar, releases its natural sugars gradually, preventing spikes and crashes. So instead of the sudden energy jolt you'd get from sweets, this combo provides a steady burn, something every senior's metabolism appreciates. Modern research supports this, too. Studies published in the Journal of Medicinal Food and Diabetic Medicine found that the combination of cinnamon and honey significantly lowered LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while boosting HDL, the good cholesterol. Another study in phytotherapy research reported improved antioxidant activity and reduced markers of inflammation among participants who consumed a daily honey-cinnamon drink for just a few weeks. What this means in simple terms is that your arteries stay cleaner, your digestion smoother, and your energy more stable. But the benefits go beyond metabolism. Cinnamon's warming nature stimulates circulation, particularly beneficial for seniors who deal with cold hands, stiff joints, or sluggish blood flow. Honey's natural enzymes, meanwhile, soothe inflammation in the gut and enhance the growth of beneficial bacteria. Together, they work like a gentle internal massage, easing tension in both the digestive and cardiovascular systems. Let's take a real example. David, a 70-year-old retired teacher, used to wake up feeling bloated and stiff every morning. He was already taking his medications and eating a balanced diet, but he still felt weighed down and low on energy. On his doctor's suggestion, he started each morning with a cup of warm, not hot, water mixed with a teaspoon of raw honey and half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Within 2 weeks, he noticed subtle but clear changes. His morning stiffness began to ease, he felt lighter after meals, and his afternoon fatigue started to fade. By the end of the month, he called it his liquid sunshine. There's an important detail here: the temperature. Just like with honey and milk, heat can damage honey's enzymes. Always make sure the water is warm, not hot. Around 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, lukewarm to touch, is ideal. Stir the honey and cinnamon thoroughly and drink it on an empty stomach, ideally before breakfast. Some prefer it in the evening as a calming tonic. That works too. What matters most is consistency. And if you want to take it a step further, add a few drops of lemon juice or a pinch of ginger powder for an extra antioxidant kick. This turns your simple mix into a three-way powerhouse that supports your liver, gut, and immune system simultaneously. The beauty of this combination is its simplicity. No expensive supplements, no complex recipes, just 2 humble kitchen ingredients working together to support your health from within. Seniors often struggle with fatigue, bloating, or that sluggish feeling that follows even light meals. This honey-cinnamon blend can gently nudge your digestion back on track and restore a natural rhythm to your body's internal clock. Think of it as your morning armor, a gentle, golden warmth that flows through your system, protecting your heart, soothing your joints, and keeping your blood sugar steady. It's not just a drink, it's a daily reminder that nature still has your back, no matter your age. Number 2. Honey plus lemon water. Among all the morning rituals that have stood the test of time, few are as simple, or as powerful, as honey mixed with lemon water. It's one of those gentle practices that needs no fancy preparation, no complicated recipe, and no supplements. Just 2 natural ingredients you already have in your kitchen, working together to purify your system and awaken your body from the inside out. For seniors, this combination is not just a refreshing morning drink, it's a complete daily reset. Let's be honest, mornings after 60 can sometimes feel sluggish. The body wakes up slower, digestion takes longer, and energy doesn't rise as easily as it once did. That's where honey and lemon come in. Lemon, with its citric acid and vitamin C, helps stimulate the liver and gallbladder, two organs that play a key role in detoxifying your system. Honey, on the other hand, offers a gentle source of glucose and antioxidants, providing quick, natural fuel without burdening your digestive tract. Together, they create a kind of clean sweep effect, cleansing toxins, hydrating cells, and gently waking up your metabolism. The reason this combination works so well for seniors lies in its perfect balance between cleansing and nourishing. Lemon by itself can sometimes be too acidic, especially for aging stomachs that produce less digestive acid over time. But honey acts as a buffer. It softens lemon's sharpness and soothes the stomach lining. So instead of irritation, you get harmony. Lemon encourages the liver to release bile and flush out waste, while honey replenishes and repairs the gut lining that's often weakened with age. There's also a hydration factor that often goes unnoticed. Many seniors don't drink enough water in the morning, and mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and even constipation. Starting the day with a glass of warm honey lemon water gives your cells the hydration they need, while also balancing electrolytes and supporting kidney function. The combination restores what the body loses overnight and primes your system to absorb nutrients more efficiently throughout the day. Modern science backs this up, too. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that the natural antioxidants in honey combined with lemon's polyphenol significantly reduced oxidative stress and supported liver enzyme balance. Another report in Frontiers in Nutrition observed improved digestion and hydration levels in adults who consumed honey lemon water regularly for 2 weeks. It's a simple practice with surprisingly measurable benefits. But beyond the science, there's something beautifully practical about it. For older adults dealing with constipation or sluggish digestion, this drink works like a mild, natural cleanser. Lemon stimulates peristalsis, the wave-like contractions of the intestines, while honey provides prebiotic compounds that feed healthy gut bacteria. The result is smoother digestion, less bloating, and a feeling of lightness that carries through the day. Consider the story of Nancy, a 69-year-old who started this morning ritual after years of digestive issues and dull, tired mornings. She began squeezing half a lemon into a glass of warm water, stirring in a teaspoon of raw honey, and drinking it before breakfast. At first, she thought it was just a simple hydration trick, but after about 2 weeks, she noticed something subtle but remarkable. Her energy lasted longer through the morning, her skin had a healthier glow, and her usual heaviness after meals began to fade. It wasn't a miracle. It was just her body finally finding its rhythm again. It's worth noting that temperature plays a crucial role here, just like with other honey combinations. Never add honey to boiling water. It destroys its enzymes and antioxidant properties. Warm water is best, just comfortable to the touch. Too cold, and your body struggles to absorb it first thing in the morning. Too hot, and you lose honey's natural potency. The process itself can become a small, mindful ritual. Squeeze half a lemon into a glass, add 1 teaspoon of raw honey, stir gently until dissolved, and sip slowly. Feel the warmth as it passes down. It's a signal to your liver and stomach that a new day has begun. You don't need anything else. No fancy detox programs or supplements. This humble drink, taken consistently, can do what many expensive cleanses only promise. Gently clear your system, support your organs, and give your body a fresh start each day. Another often overlooked benefit for seniors is how this combination supports immune resilience. Lemon's vitamin C strengthens white blood cells, while honey has mild antimicrobial properties that help keep the throat clear and the respiratory tract calm. Many older adults who suffer from frequent throat irritation or morning coughs find that this drink eases those symptoms naturally. It's like a soft internal rinse that cleans not just your digestive system, but also your respiratory pathways. And perhaps the best part? It sets the tone for your day. Drinking honey lemon water first thing in the morning signals your body to stay light, hydrated, and balanced. It encourages mindful eating throughout the day because you start with something clean and natural. Over time, it can subtly shift your relationship with food, from reactive to intentional. Think of this drink as a sunrise for your system, one that doesn't just wake you up but actually refreshes every cell in your body. Each sip is a reminder that healing doesn't have to come in pills or powders. Sometimes it's just warm water, a squeeze of lemon, and a spoonful of honey working quietly to keep you well. Number 1. Honey plus garlic. Now we come to a pairing that might make some people raise an eyebrow: honey and garlic. It sounds strange at first, doesn't it? One is sweet and golden, the other sharp and pungent. But together, they form one of the most potent natural medicines known to humankind. For centuries, this humble combination has been used across cultures, from ancient Egypt to rural India, as a remedy for coughs, colds, infections, and fatigue. Today, science finally confirms what tradition knew all along. Honey and garlic, when taken together in small, balanced amounts, can work like a powerful immune shield, especially for older adults. Garlic is nature's antibiotic. Its main active compound, allicin, is released when the clove is crushed or chopped. This compound is responsible for garlic's distinct aroma and its healing power. It's been shown to kill bacteria, viruses, and fungi, all while reducing inflammation in the body. But raw garlic alone can be harsh. It can irritate the stomach, cause acidity, or even upset digestion, particularly for seniors whose gut lining has grown more sensitive with age. That's where honey steps in as the perfect partner. Honey coats the stomach, protects the digestive tract, and softens the intense nature of garlic. What you get is balance, strength without irritation, power without discomfort. For seniors, this blend is especially valuable because immune strength naturally declines with age. The body becomes slower to fight infections, wounds heal more slowly, and inflammation tends to linger longer. But combining honey and garlic can gently reactivate those defenses. Honey provides prebiotics that feed good gut bacteria, and since around 70% of your immune system is linked to the gut, keeping it healthy is vital. Garlic, meanwhile, stimulates white blood cell production and enhances your body's ability to fight pathogens. Together, they form a two-way system. Honey nourishes, garlic defends. Scientific evidence backs this up strongly. A study published in Phytotherapy Research found that the combined effects of honey and garlic improved immune response and helped balance cholesterol levels in older adults. Another study in the International Journal of Medicine and Medical Sciences reported that this mixture reduced markers of inflammation while improving antioxidant status. In simpler terms, it means your cells stay cleaner, your blood vessels stay clearer, and your energy remains steadier. It's also a natural detoxifier. Garlic helps cleanse the blood by supporting liver enzymes that remove toxins. Honey, rich in polyphenol and flavonoids, assists this process by neutralizing free radicals that cause oxidative stress. This combination can gently support your body's cleansing process without any harsh reactions, something seniors need more than ever, especially if they take medications that already strain the liver. You don't need much to benefit. In fact, moderation is key here. Overdoing garlic can irritate the gut, while too much honey can raise blood sugar. The ideal way is simple. Take one small clove of garlic, crush it lightly, and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. This rest time allows allicin, the active compound, to fully develop. Then mix it with 1 teaspoon of raw, organic honey. Eat it on an empty stomach in the morning once or twice a week. That's it. You don't need to swallow it like a medicine. Treat it like a quick, natural tonic. Some people prefer to prepare a small batch ahead of time by soaking peeled garlic cloves in honey. Over a few days, the honey turns thin and slightly spicy as the garlic infuses into it. 1 spoonful of that mixture can work wonders during cold months when infections are common. It's an old trick used in many traditional households. Not fancy, not expensive, but deeply effective. Take the example of Joseph, a 72-year-old retired teacher. He had been catching the flu every winter like clockwork. His doctor told him his immune system was simply weaker with age. Then, one winter, his neighbor suggested trying honey with garlic. Skeptical but curious, Joseph began taking it twice a week, every morning. To his surprise, that winter came and went without a single cough or cold. His energy improved, his sinuses stayed clear, and his digestion felt lighter. By spring, he'd become a believer. It's not magic, he said. It's just nature doing what it's meant to do, if you let it. For seniors, that's the real lesson here. Nature already gives you everything you need to protect your health. You just have to use it wisely. Honey and garlic don't act instantly like pills. They work gradually, reinforcing your system from within, helping your body remember how to heal and defend itself. You can think of this combination as lighting a small, steady fire in your body. Not the kind that burns, but the kind that warms and protects. It's a fire that keeps viruses at bay, clears mucus from the chest, and strengthens your heart and blood vessels. Garlic opens the arteries and keeps blood flowing freely, while honey calms the inflammation that leads to stiffness and pain. Together, they create resilience, something every senior deserves more of. So don't underestimate this strange-sounding duo. A little bit once or twice a week can go a long way in keeping your immune fire alive. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and it's backed by both tradition and science. For seniors who want to stay strong without relying on harsh supplements, honey and garlic are nature's quiet guardians, steady, reliable, and profoundly healing. So, there you have it, my friend. It was never about giving up honey, it was about understanding it. We started this journey with something so familiar, so comforting, that most of us never questioned it. Honey, golden, soothing, trusted for generations. Yet, as we've seen, even nature's purest gifts can turn against us when used the wrong way. It's not the honey that causes harm, but the way we mix it. And today, you've learned exactly how to use it wisely. We uncovered the 3 combinations every senior should avoid: honey with hot milk, honey with ghee, and honey with radish. These might seem harmless, even traditional, but for a body over 60, they can quietly create heaviness, bloating, or even mild toxicity. The truth is, your metabolism, liver, and digestion aren't what they used to be, and that's perfectly natural. What matters now is awareness, learning to support your body, not strain it. And then, we discovered the beautiful side of honey, the combinations that heal, strengthen, and energize. Honey with cinnamon, a golden duo that calms inflammation and supports your heart. Honey with lemon water, the gentle cleanser that refreshes your system each morning. And honey with garlic, the immune shield that guards you from infections and keeps your body resilient. These are not just recipes, they're lessons in balance. Nature always gives you both sides, the power to heal and the power to harm. Wisdom is knowing which side to choose. The deeper message here goes beyond food. The real lesson isn't to fear what you eat, it's to understand it. After 60, your body starts speaking a quieter language. It won't shout through pain or exhaustion right away, it whispers through small signs: a bit of heaviness after meals, a foggy head, a night of poor sleep. When you listen to those whispers, you can prevent tomorrow's problems before they grow. That's not restriction, that's respect. And maybe that's the heart of true wellness after 60, respect for what your body has carried you through. The decades of meals, memories, laughter, and stress. You don't need to overhaul your life or chase every new trend. You just need to honor your body's new rhythm. It doesn't need harsh cleanses or extreme diets. It needs gentle, wise nourishment, like warm lemon honey water at dawn, a spoon of cinnamon honey to keep the joints moving, or a touch of garlic honey to keep immunity strong. Little rituals that remind your body, I still care for you. Health isn't built in a day. It's built quietly, through small, consistent acts. Every time you make a thoughtful choice, like letting milk cool before adding honey, or replacing a harmful habit with a healing one, you're rebuilding your strength, one cell at a time. You're showing your body kindness. That's what real vitality looks like, not speed or youth, but steady, mindful care. So if this helped you see honey differently, type yes in the comments. Tell me which honey combo you'll try first: cinnamon, lemon water, or garlic. Your small step could inspire someone else watching, someone who's been struggling with fatigue or poor digestion, and who needs to know that change doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, it's as simple as a spoonful of honey used the right way. And if you believe in aging with energy, clarity, and purpose, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Every week, we share doctor-backed natural health tips designed especially for people over 60, people who want to stay independent, confident, and full of life. You'll find practical advice, grounded in science, but delivered with warmth, because health isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Before we go, let me leave you with this. The body you have today is the result of how you've treated it all these years, but it's never too late to start healing. Your body is always listening, always willing to rebuild, no matter your age. You just have to give it the right signals: patience, nourishment, and care. So until next time, take care of your body and listen to its whispers. Trust that even the smallest choices, what you mix in your cup, what you eat before bed, can create profound change over time. Because true healing doesn't happen in grand gestures. It happens quietly, in the small moments when you choose balance over indulgence, wisdom over habit. Remember, it's those little daily rituals, like using honey wisely, that create the greatest healing.